The next presentation is for Mr. Devitt, is the 14M72.3, and I understand we have to do some technical adjustments.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. It's my privilege to present my observations from taking part in the focus group on for the 27th and the 28th. I provided several slides. I think Luis Levert is going to assist me, so you'll be able to see my comments on the slides.
Yes, it's on. We can all see it.
Okay. So just to give you a bit of context, I'm reporting really my own comments. I represented the Durham Nuclear Health Committee. There were others that participated in the focus group, but I'm giving you my comments, so it wasn't as if I got together with others in the focus group. I was just asked to do this on my own, which I've done the best I could to pull together some observations, comments, and even some recommendations for your consideration. So the focus group met on May 27th and 28th at the Darlington Energy Complex from approximately 8:30 to 4:30. And again, I'm the secretary to the Durham Nuclear Health Committee. And I was attending the exercise not knowing I was even going to be involved in this focus group. So it was, I was approached, May 27th in the morning, asked if I would like to participate for 2 days, and I was very pleased to do so. Just wanted you to know there wasn't any advanced preparation or anything that I had before, and I was just relying on my own experience as I made comments. So the next slide, the focus group was led by two facilitators, Robert Smith from the CNSC and Chris Bellman from ISR. And Jim Coles came in each morning and gave us an update on what was happening in the progress of the exercise and answer any questions that the focus group might have. And on the next slide, the highlights of the two-day focus group from my point of view were the facilitators were very helpful in providing background information on the progress of the exercise scenario, as we reviewed approximately 40 documents and materials before providing them with written comments. The media releases, documents, and materials were from several organizations participating in the exercise, including OPG, CNSC, Emergency Measures Ontario, and DEMO. And on the next slide, written comments were required for each one of these media releases, and they are as follows. Rating if the material was clear and understandable, rating if the material was useful, rating if the material provided information and directions were consistent within organizations and between organizations, and rating the trust in the information and instructions provided, commenting on any missing information that would improve the understanding, and overall rating of the material provided with a rating scale of 1 to 10. On the next slide, my personal observations were that the exercise was very detailed, fast-moving, well-organized, and involved many participants and observers. On the next slide, these are the major recommendations from the focus group. And again, these are the points that really stood out to me, and so I provide them for your consideration. When the province declares a nuclear emergency under the authority of the Provincial Nuclear Emergency Response Plan, it seems to me that all other organizations involved in the emergency should continue to provide a strong supportive role, but allow the province to issue all or the major, at least, press releases and provide significant information needed in an effort to improve the consistency of information the public will receive. The second one, would be that the province needs to be very clear about the information, and press releases will be made available at their websites or prearranged radio, television stations, and so on, so that the public needs to know where they're going to go to receive this information. And on the next slide, I feel it's really important that we need to have maps of geographic areas to be evacuated, and not just street names as boundaries. So there were some cases where street names were shown as boundaries for evacuations, or other situations where maps were provided. No question, maps are much easier to read and understand, and so we need to have maps for geographic areas to be evacuated. And then finally, instructions on the potential need to take KI pills should be made early in the emergency to ensure that people living and working in the affected areas only take the pre-distributed KI pills when directed by the Chief Medical Officer of Health. And if there are any questions, I'd be pleased to answer them at the time that is suitable. Thank you for the opportunity to present these comments.
Okay, thank you.